What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review a 2012 mixtape by Shy Glizzy. Basically, this particular product is called Buck Rap, and it came out in the late fall of 2012. Now, within Fair's But here, Shy Glizzy is a particular more or less affiliated to Yo Gotti and some of these type folks pitched like that within these hit appeals. And other folk within the particular aspects would be Future. So it's within the fray. He was He was a prominent rapper in like the Dat Piff kind of mixtape type scene, pitch like that, but it's kind of variety similar to folks like Young Scooter and like in particular folks like Woo the Kid and some of these type folks like that, Slim Duncan, some of these type folks in the particular pitch behind it. It's kind of fair as far as saying he did not really get as much like a commonplace type breakout type single like folks like Future or Yo Gotti, some of those type folks, but it's kind of pitched as far as saying definitely the deeper you dug into like the trenches of like Dat Piff and some of those stuff fairs with the countless kind of 500,000 plus mixtapes that were on there throughout like the 2000s to the 2020s, the fairest part saying that this is definitely one of those type ones that eventually probably would be in like at least the top of like the tertiary type fair, maybe mid kind of secondary pitch like that, lower secondary is the pitch. Now to say within the price, not the only reason why I would say lower secondary is the pitch because he didn't really have any charting songs pitched like that, and you'd have to kind of hunt around within sense pitch. You have to know Yo Gotti pretty well to catch these songs. I at least know this spoke in certain type of senses. There's some reviews that I have done that are not going to surface until possibly 2027 or so, pitched like that, but suddenly step price, one of which he was on a couple songs I know by Shy Glizzy, one of which would be So Awesome, which was on a Future mixtape, and that's Shy Glizzy's original song, but it was a hosted Future mixtape that he was on. So Awesome's one of those, and then he was also on a Yo Gotti song that he did for his it's not the January 10th one, but I think it's like November 8th or November 15th, something like that. It's the particular one that was the promo to the I Am album that he dropped in 2013, but particular pitches, there was a song on there called On My Own, which had two folks. Now I forget the other folk, but I'm going to get to some of his stuff as well. But Shy Glizzy was a featured guest on the On My Own song. Good Nice Pitch, that's a good banger. Very unfortunate that Yo Gotti wasn't on that song. He had some spoken words on that song. I definitely would felt like Yo Gotti would have torn On My Own apart, but it's Good Nice Pitches that Shy Glizzy was on there. But Good Nice Pitches like that, so I'm familiar with in a mild touch sense to Shy Glizzy. I want to get to some of his type products because he killed those songs pitched like that. Some hit type appeals. This folk is definitely a Beatle here as far as he's first going to have. Definitely in the pitch that this is not a commonplace type folk that sees a lot of sunlight with sunny pitches. So getting towards this particular folk, I guarantee that the vast majority, unless you are pretty affluent and familiar with like Dat Piff and some of the mixtape lore pitches like that, the commonplace, how much folks probably collectively knew about him is probably not that common. Now if you're from Atlanta or like particular pitches, Detroit or some of these more rap, rhythmic kind of thriving type places where mixtapes are more kind of everyday commonplace, that might be more likely. But as pitch for us, and I probably would question if this particular mixtape by Shy Glizzy even got to like 50,000 or 25,000 downloads. It's not like it wouldn't have, but it's the pitch. I don't know. It's kind of commonplace that with not having any charting tunes, really the guests on here, the two biggest names would be Trinidad James off of his 2012 type Gliss with songs like All Gold, Everything, pitch like that. It's a nice snag, get Trinidad James here and in his prime type years, and then Walle's on the song as well, on the song Too Far as far as this pitch game. And there's also a folk named Psy on the song Shooter. Psy on the song Shooters pitch like that, with some hit type appeals, just the aspects far as saying. So this is definitely one of those type ones. This is like some of like the backbone and the particular fleshing out. This is like the continued skeleton of like the fairs, of like some further type fairs to pay attention to with Dat Piff Trap pitch like that. So it has some of those type varieties pitch like that. It's kind of the aspects far as saying. Definitely some of those type ones. Once projects like Meek Mill's Dream Chasers and like Yo Gotti's January 10th the mixtape. Yo Gotti's January 10th, the mixtape, and then also within particulars like Future's Astronaut Status, those type ones. Young Scooter, Street Lottery, Gucci Mane's Trap Godsons, type ones get tiresome pitches like that. It's the fair as far as saying these are some blistering type ones going to get towards with the product to like the aspects. So it's the fair. Yeah, pretty much simple enough. You should be able to tell this mixtape is going to get a 10 out of 10 pitch like that. I recommend all 12 songs on here, so it's pitched like that. As far as it's supposed to happen, just a great shot in the arm with some step varieties. Just Taco Bell runs abound, pitch like that. Some Streetlight Dap on here. The pitch like Red Cup and pitch like that. Some step varieties. The aspect of some of these type ones has some Walmart runs on here. There's some other type varieties, and not just strictly kind of Streetlight type buzzing was the pitch as far as saying. some gal favors to kind of throw in here, kind of within these pitches. There's the song that samples 3-6 Mafia, which is some excellent type pitches, kind of like something for like just being kind of pukey at like 4:45 in the morning, just walking home after a good night of slosh and pitches like that. Some stuff fries, just warm beer in your hand, some stuff pitches, aspects like that. Particularly some of these type ones, also on top of like the Ferris some car sit type ones. The way Future was having some of these type ones, like particular DNA and like the way Future had some of those buzzing kind of trap and gulag type ones that just like a break free, like particular like CeeLo, and then like particular tunes like DNA and CeeLo pitch like this is within the hit type appeal as far as saying, but some of these type ones within the variety as far as pitch like that kind of happen. There are some set aside type songs like some day drinking and just collect to kind of get back and track of things pitch like that, like True Stories and type appeal. So it's pitch as far as saying, but yeah, classic type appeal. I'm not sure if this particular mixtape had any singles or music videos pitch like that. It's lower key within these aspects, but it's the fair, just simple enough. Recommend all 12 songs off. Recommend all 12 songs off here, so 10 out of 10. But fuck rap, title tracks, good, nice ones, like an excellent traditional kind of trap and Dat Piff embrace get towards here. It was just like vintage kind of vanilla kind of songs by like Meek Mill, like Get This Money and some stuff, ones pitches like that, just that traditional kind of rollout type fair. Particular folks like Rob Level, Meek Mill, some of these type folks, Gotti, plenty of type folks. Standard is pretty traditional type aspect, like the aspect of like the fair, just the trap get up for just the break free that just got done, pitch like that, just spark a sweet, definitely just some grip to kind of get towards some of those type pitches. It's a good aspect, just that variety to discontinue that embellish pitches like that. Good post out, getting towards the crunk typeness, so this fresh type variety within the aspect like the hit type appeal, this vintage kind of early 2010s Dat Piff pitches like that. So in the aspect you can be stereotypical with the aspect of just hitting up like Taco Bell fairs like that, but just kind of pitch some of those stuff right, just figuring out some late shift kind of moves and pitch like that. The next time most what's going to happen, good pitch like that. True Stories, the hitting type ones, like a good set aside to get here, just reflect and have like a lemonade, something simple like that. And not, it's more of the pitch, it's not as if full bound lemonade, but this kind of pitch is something that's just not within the aspect of getting tore up kind of pitch of this. Whether or not you drink tea or lemonade, something like that, a Pepsi, probably even I would say with the not quite, it's not necessarily like a healthy type song where you have to gulp waters and pitch like that, but just kind of pitch it as something that's just not quite as within the aspect of, listening to trap and some of these type fairs with the product, you're not necessarily getting demolished, pitch like that. So some of those type fairs, but this cool spell, since the fries collect kind of come with the kind of within the Ferris and Dace, it just collect like the next gal move, since the pitch, figure out the product if you're going to get like a next figure out the product if you're going to get like a Netflix gift card, just some pitch like that, just kind of get Diva like a headband or something like that, since that pitches good excellent phrase amongst that, some hairspray since that pitches. There are a good several tear-up type songs in here. One excellent pitch, that would be Sad to Say, pitch like that. It's like a Grand Waka Flocka kind of vintage drill and Dat Piff kind of snarl get towards here. Just another late bang kind of get towards good pitch like that. Very Ryle type tune, get wired up as hell, pitch like that. Just hop type one. So some of these type varieties, this is prime kind of drill type stuff, pitch like that. Some of these type varieties, just the aspects for us saying just that traditional type bang takes it back to like the early 2010s, like the Hard in the Paint type days and pitches like that. Love the gun sounds and songs like Google Me and pitch like that, some of those hit type aspects. Definitely hit type appeals that had to say good pitches. Money Problems is nice as well as like a traditional kind of future and trap flourish to get towards here. Definite hit kind of car sit and release as far as these fairs going to have. Chirp folks, definitely it's going to be wild tonight as far as these fairs going to have. So this kind of pitch. Some of the step ones, yeah, it was the pitch. Future was getting towards some of the step ones within the product. Songs like DNA and some of the pitch within the product to like having trap music type excitement, kind of the aspect to kind of modernize and get towards the product to trap where the fair. You'd have the songs like Same Damn Time and some of the step ones and Tony Montana pitch like that, but you'd also have the ones within these type pitches as far as like the variety of discs. When it is 3 o'clock p.m., the relative rope up have just got done with things. Some of these pitches are just like, all right, time for the flip mode and the next shift as far as these first games is within pitch far saying is very welcome. Turn that shit up. Definitely pitches like that. Let's get towards it. Let's beeline for Taco Bell. Get like Taco 12 packs since the pitches. Gorditas, Sunny Sexton's up pitch amongst just the fray as far as getting towards like the hit type appeal. Figuring out the next modes. It's kind of more like you could say with the pitch, joyride type song pitch like that, but it's kind of aspect to dislike even if it's not vehicle type bound pitch like that, it's the pitch of this next mode. So like the excitement factor, just kind of pitch behind it. 2010s type aspect to like flip mode, just got done with things. A good nice pitches there as far as like the embrace behind it. Pilot is nice as well. It's like a solid Walmart run, and in between kind of favorite type run for gals. Sometimes the pitches are just favorite type run for folks in general. Pitches like they're just yourself. Good pitches here. Pick up like some nail polish. Sometimes the pitches for said diva pitch like that. Just get some Doritos and vodka in your system. Good nice pitches within fray once you don't have to drive repairs like that. Some get done here within since the pitches. Just basic type gem pitch like that. Pilot's a particular hit type song that has Trinidad James on there. So good nice pitch as far as especially having excellent type cameo, kind of get within those products, stacking up more hits for him past like all gold everything and females welcome pitches like this. So some hit type aspects. Swish is a nice one as well. It's like a thrilling kind of nightclub sweep to get and pop that. I definitely say here, definitely good torque type tune. Diva kind of August to jump in some of the pitches, pouring gin out. Some of the stuff there is definitely within these products. Memes getting hella loud. Some of the stuff products within pitch. Just gal. Particular products like see what's up with gal and her neck within the particular pitch. What's up with gal and her neck of the woods. As far as those fairs gonna have to this pitch like that. Some of the products just what it really do, some of the pitches, the aspects for us saying, but this basic kind of white noise within some of the products are just like a nightclub kind of embellished pitch like that. So it's kind of fair, that typical type carnage, but just more Benny bass pitch like that. I'd say sad to say it has some of that type, probably more of a ferocious type sense, but this is just more like traditional kind of in between, kind of mild, kind of ratchet within some of the pitches, but it's kind of product like the tear up type factor, just like the Gliss pitch, and just getting cranked, but also the getting cranked with good gab, also good pitch like that. As far as the hit type feel is going to happen. Better is a nice one within these pitches. This has some good nice phrases like a good Gucci Mane and Zaytoven kind of similar type. The hit song Better is a nice one. It's like a good Gucci Mane and Zaytoven kind of neighborhood trap sound off to get towards here. The Streetlight Dap, I definitely say since the pitches is definitely red cupping, sunset varieties amongst it. So pretty steadfast type one pitch like that. This kind of varies to this red cup in everyday pitch like that. Sunset Fair now not within the factor of having health problems. So just the pitch of this, the varieties within Sunset pitches, throwing some water and fairs like that, salads in there, carrots, some of those type pitches, aspects like that. But just the pitch of getting the vodka, some of these type phrase also within the system is one of those type ones. Just on folks on your block pitch like that. Just come outside in basketball shorts, pitch like that, and a white beater, sunset pitch amongst it, just standard hollow mixtape tee, sunset pitch amongst it, have like, got some Gardettos and gin to pass around sunset pitches, possible Hotpockets within sunset fries for pitch like that. It's kind of the fair as far as saying sunset aspects within a good pitch like that. It's kind of the fair, just similar to the title track Fuck Rap off this particular fair, some of those just embrace type ones, but just kind of more pitch and just kind of more lambent, just everyday type shit within those type parks. It just kind of slick, kind of outdoor type cooling pitch like that, so hit type peels. In Love's the hitting type ones, like a great trap twinkle to get and pose with gal. I definitely say here, since that pitch amongst it, this early bird kind of Instagram gloss, I'd say pitch like that, some type ones, as that factor started to get turned definitely within those hit type varieties. Kind of reminds within certain type pitches that particular gloss type factor of Handsome and Wealthy by Migos, even though this particular song came out before that one, so it's a good nice pitch, just a lit type one pitch like that, so hit type peels, and the aspect Instagram story type music and pitch like that, just a gloss type factor, definitely great type gem for polished bass and pitch like that. Just more, just definitely fly girl type jazz and pitch like that. Just the particular sprucey kind of glam fits and pitch like that within these hit type aspects. Definitely with the hit type peel. Hova's the hitting type ones, like an on some shit kind of. Hova's the hitting type ones, like an on some shit kind of get around to get towards here. Just late moves, I definitely. His late moves, I'd definitely say traditional kind of dap pip with like a jigga type 10 section type pitches. He kind of has like a particular, he's not actually featured on the song, but just samples like a particular ad lib. He does good pitch like that. Hit. Good pitch like that. So hit type aspects, just a blackout type tune, definitely get towards just as wild as like Sad to Say and Swish, some of these type ones. Hova is just as wild as Sad to Say and Swish, some of these type ones, pitch like that kind of aspect. Yeah, definite blackout type song, pitch like that, just get some tacos in your system on top of that system. As far as saying, Hova's kind of more on like the Lil Durk and particular Lil Reese type vibes, pitch like that. Kind of reminds like Chicago drill since the pitch, but just the aspects as far as saying some of those hit type tones within pitch as far as getting towards. It's kind of like work shift type fare, kind of within a more lean type sense of pitch like that amongst the fair. So kind of night shift type bustle was kind of pitch of this, not fucking around since the fair as far as saying just getting towards the product of it. It's kind of the fair of this, getting some crunkness going. Definitely have some of those tacos in your system, fairs like that, but not being slouched as far as those first kind of section type pitch, just getting towards the grind shift later on. Shooters, the hitting type ones, like a holla at folks, it's going down. Sometimes the pitch is definitely hit type variety, ID, GDFR pitch like that, going down for real. Since the pitch is just Streetlight Collect to kind of get towards here, this recent mixtape type T pitch like that, just good meme type fit, some of these type ordeals. So one of these type ones, pretty similar within those aspects to like Swish within those tones, but just more within a Streetlight kind of outdoor in the fray as things start to heat up, as folks kind of coming through, pitch like that. It's like the things start to get riled, pitch like that. Particularly like a song like Better, but this more sparky within those pitch like that. This is, I like Better would kind of be like a pleasant and tranquil kind of Monday or Tuesday songs that fits, where it's not as much damage going down at that particular moment. But I would definitely say Shooters kind of more the pitch like a Thursday or Friday type fair, where it's going to be some time for like some tear up pitch like that, really getting towards the grandiose typeness. To definitely get shit faced, just haul loud with pals, pitch like that. Definitely probably just some definite grand dap and embellish pitch like that. I wish the hitting type ones like a woozy and queasy kind of demon red sky saunter get towards here, this AM type after product to this getting back towards the product at home type fair pitch like that. The slosh definitely probably have to sit a spell somewhere within these products and just random type aspects within the tone of this having really had a pretty thorough enjoy type time pitch like that. Just warm beers. Definitely the variety like some warm beer. Definitely like the variety like some warm beers in your hand, pitch like that. Just need some Waffle House to kind of restation, pitch like that. Just rope the leftover type fare. So within the pitch, if it is like pink skies, like the dewy type morning pitch like that, where it's like 5:45 or 6:15, some stuff phrase. Now back in the particular days when this product came out, you probably could walk into a Walmart, get some things for gal pitch like that, whether it would be just like Robitussin or something like that. These hit type aspects of just like the product of getting like some chicken noodle soup or just some of these type pitches, picking up like a couple biscuits at McDonald's, some of the stuff phrase in the pitch as far as like the as far as like those varieties like impulse type buys within just morning scrag kind of bedhead type hours pitch like that. Hit type appeal as far as saying nowadays in these pitches, not quite as ideal for like those products, but probably within leftover type spot. Let's say if you're in like Atlanta or DC or like New York, Buffalo, since the places, Baltimore, since that place like that, Miami, since the places, probably the more popular type ones. I think they probably possibly have some 24 type out. Possibly have like some 24-hour type places within these pitches where you could have like these saunter type ones, but this is the pitch. It's kind of becoming scanter, but system variety some of those type fairs. Waffle House hours definitely within those pitches with nice queasy type fair samples of Juicy J type song. I forget the full bound type one, but I think it's off of Hustle Till I Die from 2009. It's a good pitch like that. It's very queasy type one definitely. Too Far is a hitting type one. It's like a grand throwback to 2000s kind of DJ drama. I'd say here, just some City Gal Vent, definitely a steadfast kind of Jeezy hustle, definitely within those pitches. Just Fritos Run, sensitive aspects within the tone. Very traditional, like songs like Circulate from The Recession, and particular songs like My Hood and Trap Star pitch like that. Now, not quite as banner and quite as like capital type bravado, but just within those bars, like those 2000s type vibes. It's good, nice song to cheese to. Just good chipper type day. Good, nice banging type pitches within those aspects, like throwback type vibes of 2006. Just like songs like Receipt by Lil Wayne, Mr. 17.5 by Jeezy, some type aspects, but just kind of in a more probably have a few beers in your system pitch like that. But just the aspect, good, nice phrase amongst those pitches. Just get towards the product like bustle leftovers and this pitch like that. Just keeping the grind shift kind of amongst it. Just good throwback type fare. Deal With You is the hitting type ones, like a throwback to 80s and 2000s kind of trap turn up to get towards here, just Public Enemy and Jeezy kind of mixture, so instead pitched amongst it, just kind of mess hall type variety with your pals, some swishers going pitch like that. So the hit type appeal, as far as saying some of these type ones, this feels like Devil Is a Lie by Rick Ross and Jeezy with it. This feels like particular Devil's Lie with Rick Ross and Jay-Z as far as this first announced as the pitch. Now this particular song came out a couple of years before Devil's Lie pitched like that, but some of those type ones, that this is kind of like a throwback to like that particular kind of Cameron and that particular kind of Cameron and Jeezy and Ghostface Killah kind of show step, kind of step out type fray pitch like this. It has that particular aspect of like songs like The Champ, not quite as soulful and quite as sample just like The Champ, but just some of those type pitches that just kind of has like that bravado. It feels like a 2006 type fare with just with like a throwback to like scratching kind of 80s type variety. So it's basically 80s, 2000s kind of with like a trap kind of in a 2010. It's 80s and 2000s flavored with like a 2010s kind of trap aspect about it. Deal With You is like an 80s and 2000s kind of flavor with like a 2010s trap kind of mixed in. So it's kind of a drill type song, but it's just in a throwback type sense. If you would have gotten drill back in 2006 with some of those type aspects with a more scratchy type sense, it's kind of probably what would particularly happen here. So this is a turn up type song, but this is very retro within pitch like that. So it's hit type appeals for those aspects going to happen. Get some switches in your system. Just one of those wild out type ones. You can more or less say within the product a more throwback, kind of feels like a rec room type song, but definitely more mess hall type variety. Just the product of it's contemporary enough with any type of pitch to get turned up to, but it's this kind of pitch for older heads that remember some of the varieties of previous. If you remember Jeezy from like the Thug Motivation days and like Outkast from like the Stankonia days, pitch like that, it's kind of varieties for us in some of those type pitch backs and type products there, just throwback type gem. Classic mixtape here, pitch like this. The varieties for us, same pitch like that, 10 out of 10. Paying attention towards the social score is going to go. The social score gets a 10 as well. Just these pitches, definitely plenty Taco Bell type runs, pitch like that, Sense type 1, some Parkside type spliffs, and pitch like that, some street light type noise kind of pitch, a disc kind of keeping things around the block and fares like that. So it has the fare as far as saying, and it's not as if it has to be other folks' block, kind of the pitch, it is coming out to your front yard, just post up on the street within the legality of it. Sense type pitches, just pass around the red cups and Gardettos, Sense type pitch amongst it, get some gin poured out, just throw away kind of 10 or 13 bottle of gin to kind of just guzzle through pitch like that within the price of this mixtape tea and the recents, just daps and these type pitches, just couple Walmart type runs and car type embrace type songs for diva favors and pitch like that, picking up nail polish and like hairspray pitch like that, since it appeals aspects for saying some of these type pitches, some nightclub bangs on here since the pitches, and just the aspect like a little bit of Waffle House type music in the morning after leftover type slosh factors. So pitch for saying along with like some 2000s kind of hustle type songs and a DJ drama type sense and some turn up within those senses as well. So good pitch amongst that. It's kind of the product saying a day drink type song as well with grabbing like a lemonade sense to pitches, to some good products like traditional kind of dap piff type flavors. So plenty of these hit type various aspects like that, just further hit type appeal. The aspect is definitely something to look into if you've listened to like Astronaut Status. It's definitely something to listen to if you listen to like Astronaut Status 100, 200 times by Future, pitch like that, and Trap God a couple hundred times by Gucci Mane, Sense to pitch, Sons type 1s, Dream Chasers gotten played out, some of these banner type 1s. It's definitely within the field of that same type of variety, but just not quite within the chart type aspects. As the pitch for us saying you get like that shot in the arm like those particular flares that those mixtapes kind of gave us, is the pitch of this being more secondary or even tertiary. So the pitch for us saying this folk doesn't have any charting songs but still blistering within these aspects, just getting that hit type variety. So pitch like that, I wouldn't sidestep this project thinking that it's minor or pitch like that. It has the hit type appeal, has the commercial type aspects. There's plenty of good club thrills on here, pitch like that within these aspects. Learning curve's not steep. This is just the pitch for us saying just digging deeper into like the rabbit hole with some type aspects. You find some of these gems pitch like that. So hit type aspects. In terms of Future, really the product of like the DAP Piff kind of implosion and just internet archive implosion, since the pitch kind of fares that these mixtapes are not they're not as full-bound prominent these days. And I'd say within the pitch on top of that, I don't know if like full-bound I could look if Shy Glizzy dropped albums as the pitch. I don't want to spoil things, but I think he might have dropped a couple albums probably within the 2010s or 2020s, but it's kind of pitches for us, and he definitely was a prominent kind of mixtape type rapper pitch like that. So some more of these I'm going to get to down the road since the pitches, but definitely blistering type variety, just banner 2010s DAP Piff easily.